Hello everybody, I'm back again today, and oh boy, I got a ton to talk about. So much so that I might be a little crazy that I'm gonna try and squeeze all this in one video. And also, I need to warn you that if you only care about the main thing that I'm advertising on the title and thumbnail, I'm gonna have a timestamp for you right here. Just fucking click on it, skip all my other rambling, and go watch the vintage cards if that's all you care about. Okay, because there's a lot of things I would like to cover. Because this video, for one thing, is gonna serve as a little bit of a companion piece for the main channel video that I am currently working on. By the time that video comes out, it will be the same day that I will choose to upload this. And that video is a Fire Red and Leaf Green review, about an hour long. I talk about those games, talk about some other things. And I would like to use this video as a bit of a companion piece because I am opening, some vintage cards, and there's some things I left out in that video that I can address right here. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that currently, right now, I just got back from the Indianapolis Regional Championships. I got back yesterday, I should say. And that, that's just been on my mind because I finished 46th place out of over 1,000 players. I went 9-3. And yet again, just like NAIC last year, I fucking choked my winning into top cut. I had a game-winning play that I just did not go for, and I did not end up top cutting the tournament. I did tweet out saying that even if I won my last round, I would have bubbled cut, but I ended up doing the math, and I'm pretty sure I would have finished 15th place heading into top cut, which means I would have had to play Wolf in top 16 in a matchup that is frankly not too great for my team, I would say. Maybe winnable, but I'm not too sure. So who knows what would happen after that, but it does break my heart that yet again I came so close to top cutting a massive tournament and I just tripped at the very end. And I say all this because I also have this, perfect order booster box that I did win at the tournament. I'm still not too sure if I'm gonna open this. I would love to because I do want to open perfect order. I've actually opened 0 packs of this set, but honestly, like this set, I get some flack, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad set, but as far as chase cards for me go, there's not that many, and in fact, I already picked some up at the regional. I'm gonna be showing off some cards here in a minute. And yeah, like, I don't know, I might just keep this, just to maybe sell off in the future. I don't know. I would like to open at least an ETB of this set just to open some packs, get some of the commons and uncommons and rares, from the set in my collection. But we'll see. I don't know. I will be at NAIC 2 weeks from now, as of me recording. And at that point, they'll probably be giving us Chaos Rising. And fingers crossed, knock on wood, I do really well there and I can open up some Chaos Rising. But we'll see. But yeah, I have this. I don't know what's gonna happen with it. I don't know. Anyway, so there's so much to cover. There's like vintage cards. There's some other random packs here. I guess I'll start this off. This shit is gonna have chapters. This is gonna be like the first video on this channel that's gonna have to have chapters in the description. So I guess I'll start off with some cards that I did pick up this weekend. So this first one I didn't pick up. It was from a pack I was given because crazy thing, like this weekend was such a whirlwind. I kind of just forget this detail. So this crazy thing that happened at Indianapolis Regionals, because we were playing on Pokémon Champions, and I guess to give kind of like the shorter version of the story, basically we were having connection issues with the internet, so most players in the venue could not connect, to play out their matches in Champions. And luckily for me, or I guess I should say, like, this was round 4. First 3 rounds, as far as I know, things were pretty smooth. 4th round, we're having some issues. I was having some issues. It took about like 10 or 15 minutes, for my match to start. But luckily for me, once we got in, I finished very quickly. I kind of bodied my opponent respectfully. It was a matchup that I knew pretty well, so it wasn't too hard for me. So I finished my match pretty quickly, and I overheard it's like, hey guys, we're still having issues. If you're done, just leave, go have a lunch break, and return later. this shit lasted 3 hours. We had a 3-hour break in round 4. I feel bad for the people that kind of had to deal with that, for the entire time they were there. But anyway, in round 6, which I had to actually play a friend of mine, we were given these packs of, I believe, what is this, like Phantasmal Flames? Yeah, Phantasmal Flames. And from the pack I pulled this very pretty Ambipom. I know, a long-winded way to saying that I pulled this Ambipom. But it was fucking crazy. Yeah, a pretty unprecedented stuff that happened at this regional. Although I didn't really mind all that much because the break was nice. So yeah, I got this cute Ambipom from Phantasmal Flames, little monkey dude. And next card, the first one that I actually picked up is this beautiful Garchomp SIR from Destined Rivals. It's in Korean because I'm not paying full price in English for this card. Yes. But I picked it up because, one thing, it's a Cynthia card, so it goes in my collection because of that. And I used Garchomp on my team this weekend. And, I just felt fitting. I was just browsing the vendors, wanting to pick up some cards after I, kind of cheered myself up after missing Top Cut. And I just instantly spotted this, 120 in Korean. It's like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna splurge and pick up this card that I knew I wanted in my collection at some point. So I'm very happy I finally have this. Yeah, for my kind of Cynthia collection / Destined Rivals collection. Because, yeah, it's a fucking amazing card. And it was my first time using Garchomp in a very long time. I think the last time, the one and only time I had actually ever used Garchomp in a in-person VGC tournament was back in 2014, I want to say, like 2014 Houston Regionals, my first tournament in Masters. I'm pretty sure I used Garchomp. I'm pretty sure. I used Garchomp and Mamoswine. I used 2 ground types. But yeah. Anyway, next card is this Melanie from Crown Zenith. It was one of the few cards from Crown Zenith that I was missing in my collection. And this will go in my waifu binder, but yeah, at this point, I'm now only missing like the Dialga, the Palkia, the Giratina, those gold rares, and like 3 or 4 of the like Galarian Gallery cards, like the Glaceon, like the Zeraora VMAX, and like 2 more. But I'm very close to finishing Crown Zenith, and so I just went ahead and finally picked this up because I, not really bothered to pick it up before. Next is, like as I alluded to, Rosa's Encouragement from Perfect Order, one of the few chase cards that I really want from that set. Yeah, kind of speaks for itself. Big Rosa fan. And I also picked up this Jacinth. I pronounced it like Jacinth when I was telling like the person behind the counter. Is like, yo, I want this card. I guess it's Jacinth. I don't know. I really don't know how you pronounce this. But yeah, 2 cards from Perfect Order that I wanted. For the collection, not much more to say. These were pretty cheap. Like everything besides these 3 were all pretty cheap. This was like $20 altogether. And yeah, this was like the one expensive card I picked up. So that's part 1 of this video. Dude, we're already like 10 minutes in and I've not covered a whole lot. You guys, here, let me jingle some keys in front of you. You guys want me to open some packs? I'll open some packs. So, I guess, is there anything else I want to say about, also, excuse me that I'm kind of clearing my throat here. At a regional, I'm just like constantly speaking with people. And the day after, it's like my throat is just fucking a mess. So I apologize for that. But anyway, is there anything else that I want to say about this regional experience besides me just choking Top Cut at the end there? I guess I should say that this was like the best I've ever felt playing Pokemon. Like I changed teams last minute. I was going into this tournament with the idea that I was probably gonna run like Calm Mind Floette with like Incineroar, Sinistra, like that type of core. But like the night before I flew out, I was in call with some friends and they were telling me about this Whimsicott, Mystic Water, Basket Legion team. And on the flight over to Indianapolis, I was just doing damage calcs on my phone to keep myself entertained, but also kind of just do some prepping, whatever I could on the flight. And I was doing these calcs for Mystic Water Bass because like, dude, this thing hits like a fucking truck. It just one-shots Charizards even in Sun. They need like a lot of bulk, you know, to have good odds on living it, like a Wave Crash. Like in one-shots Incense even after an Intimidate. It's like it's absurd. And I was just thinking like this is a meta where you're so prone to being hacked because just Rock Slide is everywhere. So I knew I optimally wanted to run like some speed control on whatever team I locked up. It's like, yeah, like Whim should be pretty good, you know, for that, you know, Tailwind support. So in the end, you know, like half of us in the B&B, we ran this exact same team, you know, with the Charizard, the Mega Floette, Basculegion, Whimsicott, what else? King Gambit and Garchomp. And it just felt fucking amazing. Like I just hit all my matchups this tournament. I kind of just bodied a ton of my opponents, a ton of 2-0s. Some of the losses, you know, were 2 hacks, sadly. Like my, oh, nice, that's cool. I think I already have this card, sadly. Like my round 8 in day 1, a very nice guy, but I should have won that round for sure. Game 2, I maybe low rolled a Wave Crash on his Floette, and because it was Draining Kiss, just healed all the way back up, and I kind of just lost the game from there. Could have been, I was at -1 attack, so it could have been a min roll, or I don't know. I don't know. If it was like a Moonblast set, I would have won that game. And then game 3, I missed like 2 Heat Waves for me to lose that set. Yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, I opened up those packs that have been sitting on my shelves for months now. Got absolutely nothing besides this Mega Diancie, which is a card I already have. Would have been nice to pull something cool there, but oh well. Other thing, since I do have it here off to the side, I do have these Journey Together packs that I won from a tournament a couple months back. They come with this Farfetch binder. To be honest, I really don't want to open these. Like I've opened so much Journey Together. I have every card I want from that set besides like Lily's Clefairy. Like that is the one card I'm missing, and the odds of me pulling it from one of these packs are pretty slim. And honestly, I can't, you know, Journey Together, it's low-key kind of grown to be one of my favorite sets. I have a lot of good memories associated with this set. And I might just keep these packs sealed, you know, for my collection. I don't know what I'm going to do with these Farfetch binders, but yeah, I do have this, but I'm showing it off. But it's gonna remain closed. Okay, anything else that I want to say about this tournament? Probably not. I don't know. If there's something else that I want to bring up, I'll talk about it in another opening. I don't fucking know. Anyway. We are now going to be reopening this vintage box that I've had in my collection for years. And I mean years. When I bought this, I must have been like 12 years old, I think. So I've had this in my collection since like 2011, 2012. Because back in the day, you could actually pick up vintage Pokemon packs for a reasonable price. And I'm gonna be showing you guys some proof of that because these are not the only vintage cards I'm gonna be showing off. Like this, I don't remember whatsoever what I paid for it. At most, maybe $100. Maybe it was probably cheaper, you know, considering I was 12, I don't know. And like at the time, I was like scared off of like paying $100 for like Gold Star Gyarados. Which I really regret that in hindsight because that card is now fucking expensive. I should have just picked it up back then when it was like $100, but that's besides the point. So yeah, I bought this for relatively pretty cheap, you know, Pokemon standards. And I also, back in the day, picked up some packs, some vintage packs of first edition Jungle. That's right, 3 packs back in the day of first edition Jungle. Again, I must have spent no more than like $50 on those 3 packs, and I've kept these cards here in my collection all these years, sleeved. I do have just this other random Snorlax that a friend of mine gave me. I don't know how he came into possession of this Snorlax, but I just have it. Yeah, you can kind of see some of these old cards right here. I kind of just wanted to show this off right here in my opening of this thing. So I guess as I kind of show these off, I can use this as a way to segue into some of the things I wanted to bring up in my Fire Red and Leaf Green video, which you should really go watch. Please go watch it. I'm sure it's great. I've only started editing it like a few days before I flew out for Indy, but by the time you're seeing this, that will be out. I'm sure it turned out great. It turned out amazing. Best video I've ever seen. But yeah, one of the things I kind of had in mind to talk about in that video, but I just didn't put it in just because I'm very specific with how I write scripts, and if it doesn't have like a nice flow, or like I already take so long writing scripts, if I choose to like add something or change something, it's like a massive headache trying to make it all work together again after I make those changes. So I wanted to bring up how much I love like the vintage Pokemon art style, like the this old school like Ken Sugimori watercolor art style, just the general aesthetic of old school Pokemon. I really love. I think it's something I've always appreciated, but I think more so recently that I've kind of been in the Kanto headspace. It's something that, when I look at it, it's like, this is really great. Like, look at this nice, beautiful Cubone right there from Jungle. Yeah, that's nice. This Eevee, such a cute little Eevee. I love this Weepin' Bell right here. It's one of my favorite cards just because it features this actual just fucking bird. Dude, like, that ain't no Pokemon, bro. That ain't no Pidgey. That ain't no Pidgey. That's a fucking bird. But yeah, I really do love just the general aesthetic of old school Pokemon, like that Gen 1, Gen 2 aesthetic. Also, shout out to Ben Annette, which in recent years, like within the past 2 years, has become one of my absolute favorite Pokemon. Like top 30 for me, for sure. It's one of the few non-fully evolved Pokemon that I have up there. Such a cute Pokemon. Yeah, I guess I don't really have like anything more profound to say about like this old vintage art, except that I really love it. Like, obviously it's cool that nowadays we have so many, beautiful, gorgeous cards that, come with all these styles, that's, it's all holographic and fancy and shit. Again, just comparing one of these modern cards to, this quaint little Grimer, but man, both of these have their own charm, and I just want to shout that out. Here's a Kabuto. Is this the Kabuto that fucking Kabuto King dork collects? Yeah, I don't know. Here, I want to show off the Zapdos just because Zapdos is one of my favorite Pokemon. But yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to say about that. But some of the other things that I wanted to address in that video, which I felt were kind of important in discussing, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and spoiler alert, Pokemon Red and Blue. Some of the things I think it's important in discussing those games is, how do I word this? I guess one of the things, to kind of organize myself here, in the video I bring up that, hey, single-use TMs is a thing that has always annoyed me, from the very beginning. I'm kind of showing off the Psyduck here, by the way. This is a really cute Psyduck. Single-use TMs is kind of something that has always bothered me, ever since I started the series with Platinum. It's like, man, I wish I could just reuse TMs. And I am glad that they eventually kind of, changed that. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to be showing off the entire vintage binder, by the way, as I continue yapping. Even though some of these cards aren't anymore from those packs I opened up all those years ago. These are kind of, at this point, these are cards I kind of picked up in more recent years. Like this Squirtle I picked up like 2 weeks ago. But anyway, one of the things is that single-use TMs has always bothered me. I'm glad they changed it. But something important to kind of consider with Pokemon is that originally, and this is actually something I accepted and then learned that this was even a thing. Basically, the competitive side of things of Pokemon is really only something that Game Freak has grown to embrace in more recent years. But it took a very long time, and making TMs reusable is kind of a, kind of quality of life change, for that. Although it also applies to in-game playthroughs. But originally, like all the way back with the original, Pokemon Red and Green, the thing that I didn't know until very recently, whilst me making this video, is that Game Freak, didn't even intend on adding multiplayer battles with their games. Like, obviously, if you know Pokemon, you should know that those games, the inspiration behind them was, Satoshi Tajiri collecting bugs in his childhood. Something I very much relate to because that was also my childhood. And look at me, going on to love Pokemon. So the trading aspect, the trading and collecting aspect was something there with in the Pokemon DNA from the very beginning. But then the multiplayer battling, that didn't come after. And the thing with single-use TMs is that for a purely single-player experience, there is a thought process in being smart about your usage of those items, for your party members. And I think that's an important thing to consider with what Game Freak wanted to do with those, original games, in critiquing them and, talking about them. And I just didn't bring that up in the video just because I didn't really get a chance besides just making an offhand remarks like, hey, single-use TMs, that's pretty annoying. I'll probably talk about this more when I choose to talk about Pokemon Gold and Silver and Crystal, I should say. Like some of these, that's one thing. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is just kind of the dungeon design of old Pokemon games compared to now, because dungeons is something that Game Freak has done away with, sadly. When I talked about Scarlet and Violet in my review of those games, I talked about how those games, could have used, some cool little hidden areas where you could be rewarded with a Pokemon. And, that's what older Pokemon games used to do. Going all the way back again to Red and Green, Red and Blue. You had these optional areas like the Power Plant, the Seafoam Islands, the Cerulean Cave. You kind of have to go out of your way to find them. And, once you're in there, you kind of figure it out. These aren't very hard dungeons, but still, maybe you were a kid, you might get disoriented. But eventually you'll figure it out. And at the very end, you're rewarded with a cool legendary Pokemon. And like Victory Road in the original games, also had Moltres. And one thing I mentioned in the video is I like how Moltres got its own dedicated dungeon in Mount Ember in the Sevi Islands, which I do think it's cool. It's a new location, although Mount Ember really isn't much of a dungeon. You kind of just go up and Moltres is at the end there. Although I feel that's kind of a similar thing with Moltres in Victory Road, because the area where you find Moltres, you're probably, kind of find it as you're making your way through Victory Road. It's like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's a Moltres? What is this? Like a legendary Pokemon? Maybe there's other legendary Pokemon in this game. And I guess what I want to say is in the case of Moltres, where you do find it in the original games, I should say, where you do find it in this non-optional area, it kind of points the player in the direction that hey, there might be some other, legendary Pokemon in this game. The fact that not all the legendaries are, completely hidden. But yeah, this is the thing. That's the thing. Those old games, having these cool areas you can go out of your way to explore and be rewarded. I wish the modern Pokemon games, continued to have that, because they really lack that in any exciting way. I wish the Treasures of Ruin from Paldea, instead of doing, you could have done this side quest, to, take out the stakes from the ground, and then you open the door, where they're hidden, and then that's its own little dungeon you gotta figure out, and then that's where you're rewarded with the legendary Pokemon, instead of them just kind of appearing right there in the overworld and you fight it and that's it. It's not as exciting, is what I want to say. So that's another thing that I really wanted to praise about the original Pokemon games, that I just didn't really get an opportunity to kind of squeeze it in there. Man, I'm glad my main channel videos are scripted, because you can tell how easily I lose my train of thought when I'm not scripted. And again, this is why I'm putting timestamps in the video, because I'm kind of just stalling for time here. This is why I said I was going to talk a lot. So I apologize if this is all a bit too rambly. But I don't know. I'm having fun here, just kind of talking to the camera, looking at these cards. And another thing, there's one more thing I wanted to address about those games that I didn't really get a chance to do so. Oh, I guess the last thing I'll say is like, again, like the single to use TMs thing, the dungeons thing. I'll talk about that, in more detail when I choose to review future Pokemon games. Another thing, this I did have fully written out in that video, was a whole section talking about the Safari Zone, and I'm not gonna ramble too long about it because I will be talking about that when I inevitably talk about Pokemon Platinum, most likely, or maybe Gen 3 games. I don't know, probably Pokemon Platinum. Pokemon Platinum is when I will talk about this. But yeah, I had an entire section talking about the Safari Zone and how, it was a thing about Pokemon games that I always enjoyed. But, coming back to it after all these years, I realized just how annoying of a concept it is. And that it is cool that even though, the Safari Zone hasn't been included in a Pokemon game in a very long time, outside of BDSP, which is a remake, the concept of Safari Zone lives on in other ways. Like Legends Arceus is basically the Safari Zone perfected as a concept, and some other things like that. And that the Safari Zone in Kanto is pretty annoying, like especially like in Fire Red and Leaf Green, where it just doesn't even work as intended. Like for example, on turn 1, you can throw out a bait at a Pokemon and it won't flee. But for rare species, they still have like a coin flip chance to just run away immediately. So that's pretty fucking annoying. With Chansey, a bait actually increases the chance of you catching it rather than luring it. Just shit like that. And even if the game worked as intended, the Safari Zone is still pretty annoying. Like we've all had those encounters in the Safari Zone where you just want to catch something and it just fucking runs away, and you waste time trying to find it again, and it's a headache. So yeah, that's one section that I ended up cutting out of the video just because it, originally I was gonna say like, hey, in the post game, you could add more foreign Pokemon into the Safari Zone, like from Johto, because that was like my main complaint about Fire Red and Leaf Green, that it just focuses too much on the Kanto Pokemon. Which maybe sounds a bit weird out of context because, well, no shit, it's a Kanto remake. Of course, it's gonna focus on Kanto Pokemon, but watch the fucking video, you'll see what I mean. So yeah, that was gonna be like my segue into talking about the Safari Zone and how you could have done that, and just me talking about it like as I just explained. But that ended up getting cut out for time. And the final thing is that one of the main things I wanted to do with that video when I kind of chose to make it is I wanted to have this really interesting conversation talking about game remakes in general. And I do bring this up in the video, but as I was writing it out, I think a part of it, I'm gonna see if I can show this off as I continue speaking. A part of it is that it really was just gonna be way too much for that one video. Like, I think the final runtime of the Fire Red and Leaf Green video is probably gonna be like about an hour long. If I kept in that part of the video, it was gonna add like another 20, 30 minutes. It's like, fuck, I'm not gonna do all this. And honestly, I still feel like I'm not properly equipped to talk about this conversation until I've played some more games that I can use as examples in my kind of argument. So I'm gonna, putting that off in the meantime. I'll talk about it more in the future because I do think there is an interesting conversation to have about just game remakes, just because of how prevalent they are. And like whenever a game remake comes out, people will just go ahead and play the new modern version rather than, go back and, give a chance to the older version. And, in some cases, the new version really is better than the new version. Like there's very little reason to go play the older one. While in other cases, that older version, there's still merit in playing that game. Like an example I can give, even though I haven't played the original yet, is like Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I have played, I absolutely love. It's a great game. It is still such a fundamentally different game from the original Resident Evil 2, where they do offer different experiences, and there is merit in checking both of them out. So that's like one of the things I wanted to kind of get into in that discussion about game remakes, because I think there's a lot of just interesting talking points there to consider and discuss. And I'm gonna quickly stop myself just to say that I love, again, like this vintage Pokemon artwork right here. This is a paper playmat that comes in this box, by the way. You saw me taking it out. I don't know why I'm pointing it out. I love this Gengar art specifically right here. Look at that smug son of a bitch right there. He looks like, it's like, yeah, man, I just fucked your mom. What are you gonna do about it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, look at that cute Eevee as well. Look at that cute son of a bitch right there. He didn't know he was gonna be a future secondary mascot for Pokemon. That's right, Eevee. That's right. You're now number 2 next to Mr. Pika right here. Shout out to big, fat, fucking obese Pikachu, the best Pikachu, not the current day slim Pikachu. I don't have anything with modern day Pikachu on it to kind of compare, but yeah, shout out to the GOAT right here. Anyway, an Aerodactyl, which is very meta relevant right now. For the longest time, I thought I would run this in my team at Indianapolis, but in the end, I didn't. In fact, I don't think I played a single Aerodactyl at Indianapolis. Like, I have to, no, I'm capping. I definitely played some Aerodactyls at Indianapolis. I remember writing some down in my notes, but I didn't play many. Yeah, anyway. So there's a whole thing about game remakes that I wanted to get into in that video. Saving it for the future, where I think I can give that topic more justice, you know, make it more of a stronger argument with what I want to say. And yeah, that is kind of, I think, the last thing I wanted to acknowledge about that Fire Red and Leaf Green video. Just because, you know, there are a couple things on my mind. It's like, man, I wish I included this in here, but I didn't really get a chance to do so. So fuck it. I'll just talk about them when I conveniently talk about these old Kanto Pokemon cards. And yeah, also, holy shit, this has been running for 30 minutes. Again, I'm sorry if this is like too different from my usual videos. That's why the timestamps are there, okay? All right. I probably won't do too many videos like this, but this is just how I'm choosing to approach this. Anyway, let's take a look at this cool old little card that you could mail to Wizards of the Coast. Right there. I wonder what happens if I mail this out today. Oh, look at that. Star Wars trademark. You guys seen the new Star Wars movie, Mandalorian in Grogu? Man, because I sure haven't. Yeah, I don't really care about it because I have not seen The Mandalorian. I would like to see season 1 because I hear that one is good, but then season 2 and 3, I don't care. It kind of just turns into Star Wars fan service. Anyway, back to Pokemon. Thank you for purchasing the Pokemon trading card game gift box. Oh yeah, I didn't even introduce this thing. I kind of just started raw dogging this as I went on about my videos. The starter gift box, like what even is this? Like, Zeke, you haven't explained shit. You've been talking about your bum ass regional performance and your freaking hour-long review on Fire Red and Leaf Green. Talk about the cards. We are here for the cards. Well, let me tell you a little bit about this, by which I mean I'm just gonna put a thing right here that I found in Bulbapedia that talks about this. All I know at the top of my head is that this came out way back in the day, like 1999, you know, when like only there were 2 or 3 Pokemon sets, you know, out at the time. So base set, jungle, fossil. And yeah, this was a thing, you know, you could buy, you know, it's called the starter gift box, starter level. And I think here in the back, you have the 3 different levels. Oh shit, I took it. Everything fell. Oh God, okay, I'm fumbling. Anyway, see, there's starter level, advanced level, and expert level. I actually don't know what was expert level, what was advanced level. But the point is, you bought this. It was an introductory way to get into the TCG. Because remember, you can play this. It's not just collecting. You can actually play this. And yeah, you would get this little playmat and things that teaches you how to play. Oh, here we go. There's an explanation right here. So starter is this thing. Advanced are some theme decks you could buy. And then, yeah, I remember the expert level or booster packs. Booster packs are indeed an expert level product. Remember that, guys. Fucking remember that. You know, all the scalpers out there just hoarding packs upon packs. They're experts. They know what they're doing. What they do, that is financial advice. If they say buy so-and-so card or so-and-so product, and you fucking do it and you know, you go bankrupt, you know, they are liable because they were giving out financial advice. Why? Because they were experts. Okay, that's enough of this bit. Oh my god. Oh, there's more here in the back with fat ass Pikachu right here. You can pause and read this. I'm not gonna read all this. But yeah, cool. So yeah, I came. Oh, by the way, there's a cool little Snorlax right here. Look at that. Look at the little fat ass Snorlax. That's I wanted to make like another Yo Mama joke, but I just don't have it in me right now. It's your mom. Yeah, your mom's fat. I don't fucking know. Oh my god, this is just me at like my raw stream of consciousness. Anyway, did you purchase the Pokemon gift box for yourself, or did you receive it as a gift? So I guess they just use this for internal purposes. I really don't know what. I guess they just collected data from you using this. I don't really know what this is for. So where was the Pokemon gift box purchased? On eBay. What was the main reason for purchasing the Pokemon gift box? Low key, I just liked the way it looked. Yeah. I don't remember it, genuinely. I don't remember if I recorded myself opening this all the way back in the day. I actually might have. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this like in my first video on this channel. Like when I was really young, I did used to record myself opening up cards. Some of those videos are still up on my main YouTube channel. They're just privated. But I think the video in which I opened this, that video file got corrupted, or basically it couldn't play on my laptop, or my sister's laptop really at the time, because I didn't know about like different formatting for like videos. So I just assumed that just didn't work. Something happened, so it got deleted. So I think yeah, my original opening of this is technically lost media, just like the opening of some other things. Like I might have also opened like those jungle and fossil booster packs I bought back in the day. I think I also opened that on camera, but that is also long gone. But at least I still have the cards and I kind of show them off here earlier. So yeah, there's some other shit right here that you can fill out. Wait, how many hours a week do you spend surfing the web or looking at different websites? Because remember, this was 1999, you know, the internet wasn't as widespread as it is today. That's really funny. Yeah, does anyone in your house have internet access? Man, does anyone in your house own a computer? Dude, what a fucking time capsule this is. Like, genuinely, I hadn't really looked at this in a long time. Do you own any of these other trading card games? I am curious what the Star Wars TCG was back in the day. What do you like most about Pokemon? The female characters. Yeah, not even gonna add anything to what I just said. Okay, let's look at the cards that you actually get in here. Oh yeah, you got a coin in here as well, a little Eevee coin. Look at that, Eevee. Even back then, they knew this was a cute son of a bitch that was marketable and they could profit off of. Hell yeah, man! Shout out Eevee. Shout out Flareon, which I used on my Fire Red playthrough. You would know if you watched my video. Again, watch my fucking video that I spent hours upon hours working on. Dude, it took me like a month to finalize the script of that video. Jesus Christ. Like I wanted that thing to have been out already, but I'm like so specific with how I choose to write things. God. Okay, I don't even know what order to open all of this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by a toe. I don't know how the rest of this goes. Okay, I'm gonna be opening the deck first. You know, actually, I do know how the rest of that goes. Did you know that like that saying or like originally had like a racial slur in it? Did you know that? Did you guys know that? You know, catch an N-word by the something. That's fucked up, guys. That's fucked up. Whoever came up with that, you're sick in the head. Anyway, I still have this intact. Honestly, now that I'm kind of opening this on camera, and I don't know if I kind of want to continue preserving it as I have for all these years, or if these can finally go in a binder like they should be. So I don't know, we'll see. This is kind of like the little finale, a send-off for this box as is, because I got this Kangaskhan Hollow that should really be displayed in a box because it is kind of warping a bit, as you can tell. Anyway, look at this cute Oddish. Dude, this is what I meant. Like, this vintage Pokemon art. There's just something about it that I just love how sometimes unrefined it is. Like, not to say that like in a backhanded way, to say like, oh, look how shitty this looks. Like, kind of like old school 3D art, because this is what it reminds me of. Like, there's just the artist right there, Keiji Kinebuchi. Apologies if I'm butchering that. Yeah, right, like, is this hand-drawn, or does this look like a 3D model, like primitive 3D, like some proto Toy Story shit? Like, regardless of what it is, I love it. I genuinely love it. So we got a couple of these odd Oddishes. Nidoran, of course, by Kensuke Mori, like the GOAT. Like, you've probably seen this before, like this art style. The Bellsprout that was in my binder earlier. This should probably be the Weeping Bell again. Yeah, this is one of my favorite cards, like from the second set of Pokemon. Yeah, this is up there for me just because it features the freaking real life bird right there. Yeah, is there a Victory Bell in this? No, there isn't. I don't think so. Yeah, I need Arena just out in the fucking desert. Like, dude, that shit, like that looks like a photo. That looks like a stock photo they took and kind of just edited a bit, and they just slap Nidorina on there. Like, I bet that shit's like fucking Arizona or New Mexico in the background, if I had to guess. Oh, look at that again. Like this weird, yeah, like that looks like a 3D model. I don't know, man. Like, there's just something about this. Like, have you guys seen like those old school like N64 era like Nintendo 3D models of like Mario and Zelda, or I should say like Link? Like that. I'll probably put some examples here, but like that. Like old school, you know, unrefined 3D artwork. There's just something about it that I just love. Just like this cute Abra, yeah, by Mitsuhiro Arita. Abra chilling under the tree. What a vibe. God, I could use that genuinely. Just chilling, relaxing under the shade. Kadabra before he got banned for years. Jinx after they fixed her black face. And then, oh god, and then we have just some trainers right here, Switch and Potions. Gust of Wind, which eventually became Pokemon Catcher, which eventually had to be nerfed because that card was too good. Bill, which, you know, playing Fire Red and Leaf Green and Pokemon Blue, it's funny just how little of a presence Bill has. Like, until, I guess in the original Pokemon games, he's just a stop on the way. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just the guy that made, you know, the whole Pokemon storage system, and I'm just randomly, you know, been turned into a Pokemon in what is, I assume, a reference to the fly. And that's it. Like, you don't even question it. It's like, I just met this guy that morphed with a Pokemon. Apparently the thing, this crucial gameplay element of the game, he just invented it, and that's it. That's all he does, and he gives you the ticket to the SSN. I'm glad that in Fire Red and Leaf Green he has a bit of a more of a role in the story, because he's the one that invites you to the Sevi Islands. So I guess that's actually one thing I didn't mention in that video. I'm just now thinking of as I say this. That is one improvement that those games make to the original games. And then a bunch of energy. Got a lot of energy. Got a lot of enemies. I don't know. Anyway. That was the deck. I should probably just put this. I think what I'll do is I'll put these in the binder later. I'm not gonna do it tonight, but I'll put these in the binder later, and then I'll just keep these boxes here. Kind of keep this as a little display piece, because these deserve to be in the binder along with the rest of their companions. Anyway, let's look through this, through more decks. You guys want more decks? More dicks? Sticks. I'm actually losing my mind. I've been recording for like 45 minutes. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Wow. Anyway. Just talking about Pokemon this and Pokemon that. Have I opened this? Yeah, I definitely opened this. Here's a first edition Machamp that comes with this box. Okay, hold on. I need to stop myself. I need a fucking drink of water in my Bulbasaur water bottle that I won at a local through a raffle they do sometimes. Did you guys know that this thing's Japanese name is Fushigidane? Fushigidane! That's Bulbasaur. Fuck, I was thirsty. God. Okay, this might genuinely be the most chaotic video I've ever uploaded. God damn. Oh man, I wonder how you guys are gonna like this. Anyway, first edition Machamp. Infamously, the one first edition card that is not worth a whole lot because it was mass printed. In fact, also I'm like not focused. There we go. In fact, God damn it, come on, phone. The non-first edition version of this card is in fact rarer, and I do believe it goes for more than this version. And I've kept this sealed for all these years. Remember, this box came out in like 1999. I was either not born yet, or I was only out in the world for a few months. I'd only just come out of my mom for a few months when this shit released. This Machamp card has been sealed all the way then. I bought this all the way back in like 2012. And right here in the year 2026, here in front of everybody, I will finally be releasing this Machamp out of its plastic prison. Oh my God. Oh man, look at that. Holy fucking bingle. Look at that. Machamp, you have been freed from your shackles. You can join your brethren in my vintage binder. Finally, you can go where you belong. On my bookshelf. Oh man. Oh, that felt good. That felt really good. Just busted a nut right there, releasing that. Anyway, this does not make me want to bust a nut. These are just trainer cards that I already showed off. Oh, here we go. Here's some, look at this cute little doggo. Remember when people used to say doggo and puppers? Yeah, I'll give that some Reddit gold. I actually don't mind doggo that much, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Growlithe, cool Growlithe. Charmeleon, shout out Charizard, which I used again on my team. God damn it, like, okay, one more thing on my tournament run. I legitimately believe if I didn't choke that end game, if I top cut, and if I somehow beat Wolf, I legitimately think I could have won this whole tournament with how well I was playing this past weekend. In which case, my two biggest tournament wins would have been with Charizard. But whatever. NAC's coming up, you know, who knows what might happen. Oh man, my phone is telling me I have low storage. Holy shit, this has gone on for so long. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do like 2 parts of this. Okay, I might have to stop right here, upload this, and then come back and finish this out. That's what I'm gonna do, all right? So I'm gonna do an edit right here. And I'm back. In fact, I am back only like 2 minutes after I cut that because I checked my phone storage. It still says I have 7 gigabytes, so I have nothing to worry about. I can definitely finish this before those 7 gigs run out. So let's continue. Let's continue with what I was talking about. Actually, I have no idea what I was talking about. I was talking about my tournament run, and then I think, yeah, I said I could have won this tournament, but I didn't because I'm a pussy that did not weather ball a T-Tar. God damn it. Anyway, that's the only thing in this little half deck right here. Just some fire types, fire energy. Cool. I don't know what comes in this other deck that comes in this thing. Are you guys finding this entertaining? I don't know. If you find this entertaining, smash the like button. If you've hated this video, still smash the like button, okay? All right, thanks. More trainers. Oh, cool, Dratini. The original version of the team that we used did have Mega Dragonite over Mega Floette. And I would have loved to use Mega Dragonite, because again, Dragonite, second favorite Pokemon. Mega Dragonite, I absolutely love. But Floette was absolutely the right call. Oh shit. This is a cool Rattata right here. What is it even standing on? Like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Like, hold on, I need to like take a look at this like in person. Like, I know it's like standing on a leaf or some foliage, but why does it look like it's torn or like it's, I don't know. I never noticed that about this Rattata card. I don't know. Anyway, that's a cool Rattata. It's also a cool pose. Got my choke, which evolves into the Machamp I released earlier. I'm gonna Machoke my dick. Machop my dick. Diglett, which looks like a dick. And Fighting Energy, cool. So there's some interesting little half decks right there. Those will also be going in the binder. We got some fucking, starter rules. So these are the original TCG rules of the game. I mean, a lot of this I think still stands. There's probably some things here that have changed, like the addition of supporter cards, because now, before it used to just be trainer cards, but now we have like item cards, stadium cards, supporter cards. Supporter cards and then like trainer cards, which has all these subcategories. But yeah, I'm not gonna look through all this. I guess I can kind of show it off just to see, show off the art. Dude, phone, can you stop telling me I have low storage? I still have several gigs. Fuck off. Got Professor Oak. All the basics of the card. Genuinely, like the Pokemon TCG. Like I played many TCGs, at least like at a beginner level. At least understanding the fundamentals. The basics, I should say. The Pokemon TCG, there's a whole little thing about the Machamp. I just want to say, the Pokemon TCG, one of the easiest TCGs to learn, and also pretty cheap to get into. So genuinely, if you're interested in playing the game, I highly recommend it. Okay, anyway, what does it say about the Machamp card? Other graphic model of Machamp that you set aside, dude, the thing on my phone saying I have low storage is blocking me from reading this. Fuck off, phone, god damn it. And your deck, take your least favorite card from the deck out so you can stay at 60 cards total. That's funny. Yeah. Cool. Blah, blah, blah. You can read the rest. And a Magikarp. Corp. Dude, yeah. All right. I have like 2 more things to show off here, and then finally I can close out this video. I've shown off cards, I've talked about this regional, I've talked about this fucking video I've been working on for like the past few months. Like the cat, I'm just gonna say, cat out of the bag. Working on this Fire and Leaf Green video just made me put off the Stellar Blade video that should have also already come out, fucking 2-hour long Stellar Blade video. Keep an eye out on my channel for that, because that is a fucking movie I'm gonna be dropping. Goddamn, I'm excited for that video to come out, because it's gonna be a banger. I have like pretty much all the assets for that video. I've already recorded it. It's just sitting there waiting to be edited. Oh, it's another one of these. That's interesting. Do you read comic books? No. Yes. List your 2 favorites. What are your 2 favorite TV shows? Okay, hold on. This one's different than the other one. But anyway, yeah, me working on this video, I've been putting off the Stellar Blade video and me putting off the World's blog. That will come out eventually. Trust me. Just trust me, bro. Yeah, it asks all this stuff. Do you watch the Pokemon animated show on TV? Yes, I do. I love the original Pokemon anime, and that's not sarcasm. I want to say that is not me being sarcastic, and then that's not sarcasm at the same time, so I said it weird. No, I do genuinely love the old school Pokemon anime. How likely would you just be subscribed to a Pokemon trading card game magazine? Very likely. Do you belong to any fan clubs? Yes, the John Alter fan club. If you know, you know. All right, gonna close out this video because this phone keeps bitching at me. They have low storage. With this booster pack of Jungle that came in this box. These are indeed the original cards that I opened all the way back then. They have been here this entire time, and soon enough they will be freed, much like the Machamp, from their shackles to go along with the rest of my cards. And these I already have in my binder. This Goldeen I don't have, so that's cool. Bellsprout, the rare Pidgeot, Pidgeot, and there's a couple more cards here. Weeping Bell, which I already talked about. Tauros showing off its ass. And the Nirina I talked about earlier, which is in fucking Arizona or somewhere. Anyway, that is the video on some damage counters that you also get that are unbranded. Yeah, anyway, that is the video. Holy shit, this was by far the most chaotic video I have released on this channel. I don't know if people are gonna like it. Honestly, if you don't, fuck you, I don't care. I don't fucking care. I wanted to talk about all this, and now I finally showed off this old product I just had sitting in my room for the longest time. Yeah, this is gonna probably be the only time. Actually, no, I'm lying. Okay, let me say it. Let me word this carefully. This will probably be the only time I show off something this old from Gen 1, but it will not be the only time I show off something that is still pretty fucking old. Okay, I have something else here, above me. I'm just waiting to open eventually. Something very special. And if you've seen my fire red and leaf green video, you will know what it is. In fact, I do quickly bring up that thing in that video. If you want to know what that thing is that I'm alluding to, that I will open it sometime in the future, go watch my video. In fact, yeah, that's how I'm gonna end this video. Go watch my fucking fire red and leaf green video, okay? I put a lot of work into it. That's it. That's it for this video. I don't know. I have nothing else to say. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I'm gonna close this out with Scyther. Scyther!